Hi and hello, I'm Ellie Wishes. Welcome back to my channel, and you guessed it, it's America Month! America! Hooray! So obviously, I am American. I don't know if you can tell, but the 4th of July is coming up, and obviously I have to take advantage of this for the Webkinz as Humans series and make a holiday themed episode. I do it with every holiday, and I will continue doing it until I run out of Webkinz to draw. This one was a little tricky to pick what pets I was gonna do, so I picked my Clydesdale, named Star. I picked my bald eagle named Cutie, and the American Golden named Washington. I don't know what kind of dog an American Golden is. It just says on the tush tag of a Webkinz, the Webkinz, Washington. He's American Golden. I thrifted him actually in a vlog a while ago, but this is our lineup for this month, and I'm very excited to show you what these designs turned out as. Alright, so starting off, we have Star. She's the Clydesdale horse, and she was the first Webkinz I have ever got. She's my first one. She's the first guy. She started it all. We have her to blame for this entire video series. So it was really exciting to get to draw her. And in my lore as a child of my Webkinz, because of course they had lore, Star was kind of like one of the two main matriarchs in Kinsville, and she was the mayor. So for this design, I was kind of going for a Regina Mills from Once Upon a Time vibe. And originally I wanted to draw her in heels, but I don't know if you guys know this, I can't draw heels to save my life. So we ended up going with a nice classic boot. So that was kind of the main inspiration for her outfit. As for her physical appearance, all of her colors were taken directly from the virtual avatar, which usually isn't an option. I knew for certain that I wanted her to have a white streak in her hair, and that white streak would mirror the white streak on the plush, which I thought would be so cute. On top of that, I knew that I needed to kind of go for a red, white, and blue color palette because like thumbnail and like stuff like that. I originally always saw her in this kind of dark green, and that's because I had the Clydesdale Webkinz ornament, which had like a little choir angel horse in a green robe, so like I kind of associated her with green, but I ended up putting her in a really beautiful dark royal blue. For her outfit, I really was struggling getting her arms and her hands right with these gorgeous sleeves. So I end up just scrapping the sleeves, and she looks gorgeous still, but I missed those sleeves. I really thought I had so much fun with the draping of them, but it's just like it didn't look right. I couldn't get the composition right. Her arms looked too short but too long all at the same time. So if you've watched the very first episode of this series, which is like 4 years old and it's kind of a bad video, but we draw the Webkinz White Terrier as a human, and she is kind of the rival of Star. Her name is Wishbone, and Wishbone and Star kind of just like are beefing. They were childhood friends, and then they had a falling out, and now like they grew up and they had families, and then so they still have this rivalry, and their families kind of have a rivalry, which leads into like a Romeo Juliet plot line for 2 of their kids, which is really crazy. The gossip is hot in Kinsville, guys. After I lay down my flat colors, I got really frustrated with all of these Webkinz as Humans drawings. I got the flat colors down for Star and for Cutie, and then I was like, I want to give up. I don't even want to make this video anymore. But I persisted, and it all turned out okay. The main issue I was having was the contrast of like the white pearls and the white streaks in her hair with the darker color tones of her skin tone and her whole outfit. So I end up like remembering how I wanted to give her vitiligo, because that matched the white streak in her hair. It kind of gave her a reason to have just a streak there. And also it just created more visual interest on a fairly simple outfit. And I also just think vitiligo is so beautiful. But it is now time that we take a look at those close-up shots. There was an era in my life where I was so obsessed with bald eagles, and I think that was the era where I got this Webkinz, and her name is Cutie, but spelt with a Y, which doesn't spell cutie, but you know what? Who can blame me? I couldn't really read at the time. So I knew right off the bat that I wanted one of the characters in this video to be a park ranger, because the national parks here in America are pretty cool. If you're one of my like international viewers and you've never been to an American national park, there's just like so many cool landscapes and like just like wildlife. It's incredible that it's all just in one country. There's just such a diversity of different creatures and biomes. It's incredible. So I knew I kind of wanted to like put a spotlight on that, and it made the most sense to pick Cutie as the bald eagle, because like they seem the most like they would be a park ranger. I don't know what the logic behind that was, but it just felt right. However, there is a big downside to her being a park ranger, and that is the fact that I'm gonna have to draw a hat, which is really hard. I don't know if you guys have done that. Outside of like her outfit, I originally was gonna go for like greens and kind of like a very traditional looking park ranger outfit, because I think that's generally what the color palette is, but I ended up leaning towards more khaki, because what else screams American than khaki? No, it was actually because I wanted to kind of keep the dominant colors red, white, and blue. So I went with a neutral and gave her blue accents on her shirt and on her hat. Another thing is, please don't look at her hands. Her hands look so bad. I have been struggling so much recently drawing hands. Like, I need to actually study the anatomy of hands, because it's been getting bad, you guys. It's been getting real bad. Another thing, which I thought was really fun, is I gave her a mullet, because I think she would be the park ranger who's like maybe been like working for only 2 or 3 years. She's kind of like a newbie, but like all of the like young kids and like the visitors to the park, she's their favorite. She's like the cool ranger. Like, she'll show you neat tricks and stuff, or she'll show you where the cool wildlife hangs out, like show you how to bird watch. She'll like be the one who signs you up to be a junior ranger at like the, is it a gift shop, or like just like the like little station like that you can go and get stuff from, like maps? Ranger station, that might be what it's called. So I thought that was really fun. It also kind of mimics how bald eagles have like just white on their hair, not on their hair, on their feathers, but just on their head. She has her name on her shoulder patches, which it's spelt correctly, and then the logo on her hat and her jacket is a maple leaf, because that is what the logo is in Webkinz for Adventure Park. But I tried to draw it and I was really bad at it, so I just got a silhouette off of Google. Next up, we have Washington, the American Golden. Again, don't know what kind of dog that is. It's very vague of a name. So he is working at the mayor's office for Star, and he's kind of maybe like an intern or maybe like social media manager. Why she would have a social media, I don't know. She's a very busy woman, Star is. I like to think that she has like a ranch, and like she's maybe debating whether or not this is her final term, but because she wants to just be with her horses and, you know, like take care of the ranch. Okay, so Back to Washington, because we're talking about him right now. He is actually a nepo baby, and this infuriates Star. He got a job in the office because one of his parents works there, and that's how he got his internship. And it just makes her so angry. So she gives him kind of a hard time, but he does eventually prove himself to be like a competent intern. Um, while I was drawing him, I knew I wanted him to have curly blonde hair to match the avatar slash plush. However, what I did not see coming is the fact that if I gave him blonde hair and I had him in a suit, that he would look like young President Snow, which makes me so angry because I hate President Snow and I hate how people were saying he was hot when this, like, he's evil. And, like, I get that the actor is attractive. So say that the actor is attractive and not young President Snow. It was driving me up the wall, you guys. It was making me crazy. Um, so to kind of get rid of that effect, because he's also wearing red pants, which is similar to the young President Snow's costume as well. So, like, I was, like, doomed from the beginning. I gave him glasses to make him look like a nerd. And I think it kind of helped. But you let me know in the comments, do you love or hate young President Snow? And let's get into those close-up shots. With that, another successful Webkinz as Humans episode is complete. I am now here to remind you that if you want to support this series, you can do one of many things. You can join my Patreon. You will get exclusive voting power on what the next month's theme is, and currently there is no one in the Patreon, so you can have complete control over the democracy. You can buy prints of any of these characters on my imprint, or you can just buy my merch. All of that will be linked in the description. And I hope you guys have a safe and happy 4th of July, that the fireworks don't scare your dogs too much. I know our dogs get all wound up, so that's always horrible to deal with. And if you don't want to join the Patreon, but you want to possibly sway the potential theme of the Webkinz as Humans series, you can always comment. I'm very susceptible to comment suggestions, as we've seen in the past. Or you can just suggest pets, like specific animals you would like to see. I know I have a lot of Webkinz, and that they probably haven't been drawn because I've only drawn, 20 or 30 of them at this point, and we've got a long way to go to get through. I have a spreadsheet and everything keeping track. All that being said, I hope you have an awesome day, night, evening, morning, whatever time you are in, and peace out.